We are joined by a man who has brought change in the musical world here in the coast, specifically choral music. He has won multiple Atia Caviar Awards and he was a conductor at various schools here in the coast. Our guest today is Othniel Chompek, better known as Posiki. And I'm your host for this episode. Yes, you already know who it is. It's the S to the E to the L to the Z to the A. Today we have Posiki, so let's focus on Posiki. Okay, so who is Posiki? What does Posiki do?
Sure, yeah, Bosikie. I actually don't know him as well. So, Posiki is this other guy.
Okay.
Grew up in Walvis Bays. Started singing at a very, very young age. Like, I think I was grade 6 when I joined the Moscato Youth Choir. I didn't like music at first, to be honest. I always thought, man, why are these people forcing me at school to do these funny things? I want to chill in the corridors with my friends, and then we
You're a kid,
yeah,
you're a
do
kid.
whatever we do. So my ex-principal primary school gave me 2 options. It's either you join the choir or you find yourself another school. And I eventually I wanted to stay at the school, so I decided that
choice,
I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna do the school choir thing that they're saying. At first I didn't understand. I was just a child. I just wanted to stay at school. But later, as I went into everything, I actually realized that this is where the so-called Posiki person belongs. That's where I auditioned for the Moscato Youth Choir, grade 6, still a child. I won't actually say he's my mentor. I'd say he's more like a big brother. Pontianus Lukua used to come to my place, take me with the choir. Just come listen, man. Even though you're not going to join the choir, just listen to what we are doing. If you're interested, I can talk to the lady and then we work on things. That's how I eventually joined Moscato.
Also, you don't have a musical background, like your mother sings, like that.
With regards to that, my mom was born a musician. They were the founders of the so-called Solidio Gloria Church Choir. Yeah, so I think a portion of my music talent
comes from there,
that side.
but you're neglecting the talent.
Yeah, my dad's side, my dad is an instrumentalist. He plays keyboard and yeah.
So you were just created, like you were meant to be for music. You were just clowning around.
Yeah, I just had to find
focus.
Yeah, and confidence in myself, believe in myself. Yeah.
So how has this changed your life? Like, oh, do you picture yourself doing something else other than music?
Sure. At first, let me say it was quite difficult to make people understand that this is what I wanted to do. I had to fight with family members, even my mom did. They are tired. They always gave me words, man. No, you're always going to this choir to go help out. They don't give you anything, blah, blah, blah. Their focus was on what you can get now.
Yeah.
But then I was a child. I used to help choirs out for free.
You know?
Yeah, because I loved what I was doing, and I wanted to prove a point. I always had this thing in me where I didn't like the fact that people have to deviate from Walvis Bay or to relocate to Ventuk in order to go find greener pastures or whatsoever. I wanted everything to start here, and you have to reach your highest whatever in Walvis Bay itself.
Wow, that is amazing. So what jobs have you done other than being You ventured in other aspects.
Okay, I tried working at the mine. Yeah, but it didn't work. I worked like a month there, and then it was in my way. I worked for the entire month, and at the same time, I had to prepare my school choir for finals in SA. So I asked them for permission to leave me to go with my choir, because the competition rule is that the exact same conductor who conducted the choir locally should be the one to conduct the choir at the final. So I couldn't change, and then they didn't want me to go, and then I had to resign because
you had to choose.
you know. I'd obviously choose music over everything. So be it girlfriend or whatsoever, music prevails. Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of girlfriend, it's personal, but is there a madam?
Yes, most definitely. There's this other beautiful, calm. I don't actually know what's the simplest way to describe her, but she's my person.
You're okay?
Yeah. She exists.
What do you dislike about your job? About what you do? There must be a downside. But what do you dislike? Or is there nothing?
Let me see. The part that I dislike is the fact that up till this stage in life, people don't weigh the different subjects at school the same. There's always this perception of you need math. You can do this, but you need this more in order to. But I totally disagree with that part of the whole education system. I believe in give it the fair ground. You let the kids decide what they want to do, and let all the subjects be equally important to the child. I mean, if you don't like math and you like music, I can't force you to
before you get to, you know.
Yeah, so that's the part I hate about this whole education system.
Well, it's something, eh? Since you were once a choir conductor, on what grounds do you scout for new talent? What do you look at?
Okay, that one is plain forward, man. If you are willing to work, we can always work with you. I mean, the discipline, the other things are basic things like discipline. We want you to be honest, obviously. You have to be punctual. The interest should be there from your side. At times, even if I don't want to work, you have to indirectly force me to work.
I heard you are pretty brutal when it comes to the you gotta be on time, you gotta do this. So is that just part of your character, or is it something you must do as a conductor? You must.
I actually don't find myself. I don't see myself as the person that they say. I've never seen a recording of me working with a choir and then I check. Oh, but why are you so rude? No. It's just a thing of that moment, that time. In order for the right message to reach to you guys, I have to use the appropriate emotional color in order for you to understand. I can't tell you, if I want you to stop something, I can't just say stop it, please stop it. You won't understand, I must say stop, I don't like it. Yeah, that's the emotional color.
Okay. Okay, I understand, and I feel like you just see, it's frustrating when you see a talent in a person and then the person doesn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
So you gotta use a bit of force to let the person see your picture. I understand, you are honestly a great man. You are a great man, you have done major change. Honestly, what is one thing you would like to tell someone who wants to do what they see in their mind's eye, even though their parents are against, like yours would? Understand? What advice would you give?
It differs from person to person, depending on your character, what person you are, what do you go for whatever you believe in and you stand your ground that this is what I want and not this. So if you are a content person, you would find it very, very easy to go for whatever your heart wants to do. On the other side, I would tell the most basic person that it's only fair to go for whatever you believe in, you yourself. I mean, your parents or whoever is the higher person in your house or family already lived their life. This is your story to tell. And if you don't go for what you believe in, the exact same people who are forcing you into other things won't be there tomorrow if you fail in whatever they forced you in. So it's, you have to choose now and better hurry up. So.
Okay, cool. The conductor thing though, I want to understand. Do you start with the singing and then they see that you are good? How do you come to the conductor? I feel like that's the highest part in the choir now. You first are the stages, like how do you just, or are some people just conductors? Do you study it? How do you do it?
From my own personal experience, the choir that I started in singing, the Moscato Youth Choir, our mentor, Miss Iana Fenter, we didn't know whatever she had in mind, but as we grew older, we started understanding that she actually, in our normal rehearsals, she used to check discipline-wise, okay, this person is a born leader, but he lacks this, musically doesn't have this, what. So she was scouting.
Yeah.
She was scouting, okay, this one, but invest more time in this one, and this one, and this one. That's how we check our choristers. I mean, you can have the talent, you can have the most beautiful voice ever, but if it's not in you to stand in front of the choir, it's not for you. We'd rather use you on the side,
okay.
Where you have to sing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, people always think that conductors are the perfect guys, the ones with the most beautiful voices, blah blah blah. It's nonsense. It's not true. I mean, it's just someone who understands the whole setup. Like, you just know what is.
You also take time to actually learn. I understand where you're going at. So I wanted to know, is choral music all you do, or do you venture in other aspects of music?
I actually don't. I wouldn't say I don't like choral music, but there's choral and then you find mediocre. I don't like music.
What about the rest?
I don't like music wat nie sin maak nie. Like, dis 'n repetisie van dieselfde goed of die hele wêreld se kore doen dieselfde musiek. Ek gaan meer vir byvoorbeeld as jy 'n doodnormale kondukteur vra, you'd ask him what's your favorite music? What do you prefer? Traditional music, for example. They all go to South Africa, but I like West African traditional music more. I would choose, in a normal school choir competition, I'd rather go for a traditional song in Congo than the one in South Africa, because the one in South Africa, all the choirs always go for the most easiest things, and they don't want these things where you have to manipulate the rhythm, and you have to focus on the language and what they don't want that. And that's what I want, and that's what I actually prefer over.
You want to expose the different types of music over Africa. I understand. So where do you see the music industry going in the next 5 years?
The industry at large, as in the industry. There are a lot of loopholes, man. There are a lot of things that we have to change in order to grow as a nation musically. Firstly, I mean, there's no way that we can run away from music theory itself. If you don't understand how to read music, you can't call yourself a musician. You can't just play an instrument by ear and expect yourself to be a musician. You have to understand the methodology behind what you are playing. If you can't read music, I can only use you when, for example, for rehearsals, where I want you to come up with something with the ear. But if it's something professional, Chris Brown wants to come here. He won't be here in Namibia telling all the instruments, do this, ta-da-da, ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Just send sheet music and expect everybody to read whatever is in front of you. So reading music is actually the future of the music industry. If you don't understand that part, I don't see what we can do collectively.
Okay, so what is one advice that has kept you going? That has brought you this far? One advice you were told by an elder or anyone, even if it's yourself. What is one advice that has kept you going, that has kept you grounded, that still has you as a person?
My mentor always used to tell me that it's like a marriage. Whatever you are going to go through in life will not be easy. I mean, you have to keep your head up. You have to, they will come, they will badmouth you, they will do this, will do this. Focus on the positive and just be the best version of yourself that you can ever be.
I honestly do not think there's anything I can add on to what he said. He is a professional, he's a great man, he knows what he's doing. So that's going to be all for this episode. This is Alessa,